me start that again. Good morning, ninth grade. If only the kids could see the bloopers. Good morning.
The blooper reel of Alan Laredo recording sessions.
I should keep the blooper reel in so the kids are super confused for the first 5 minutes. They're like, wait, is this the instruction or?
Yep.
Good morning, ninth grade. Welcome to day 3 of week 2 independent on.
Hi guys.
Good morning, ninth grade. Welcome to day 3 of week 2.
You can just say Wednesday, Laredo.
Dear ninth grade, Mr. Allen and I have tried to record this video 11 times. We're on day 3, week 2 of online learning, and today we are continuing to work through the graphic organizer document that we've been very carefully working on this week. We're focusing on our small moment narrative, and today we're going to be doing some work with sensory details and descriptive language. I'm going to share my screen, and what you will see is our focus objective. I can evolve my small moment narrative with sensory details and descriptive language. So what you want to do is open up that document that you've been working on. If you were doing this on paper because you didn't have computer access, that's fine. You just want to make sure that you have those 6 boxes: beginning, middle, end, character, conflict, and setting, because we're going to be working on expanding those boxes today. So after our mindful minute, which we'll take as a group, and if not, please take that mindful minute on your own at some point during the day. It's super important. We're going to really just zoom in on how do we use our 5 senses to make our language more inviting to the reader, more engaging to the reader, and how do we add those really descriptive words and vivid word choices to make our writing pop, because we want the reader to kind of experience what we're writing on paper and make that story come alive. So you'll see on the 4th slide, there's this little video that has sensory detail. Remember that when we're talking about sensory details, we are discussing all 5 senses. So not just what you hear and what you see, but the texture of things, the scent of things, the taste of things, if that applies to what you're writing, right? Mr. Allen had said earlier in the week, if taste and smell don't apply to the moment that you're writing, then don't include those senses. You don't have to hit all 5. But you do have 5 options depending on what you're writing about. And then if we skip over here, a lot of the work that we've done in grammar this year, we've talked about adjectives and words that modify or change nouns. So you want to really think about, when you go back in today, if you're describing, let's say, a backpack, right? You don't want to just say, my backpack. Is it a small blue backpack? What's the material? What does it feel like? Does it smell like fresh leather, right? Use those descriptive adjectives to really enhance the things that you are writing about in your story. You can also take it a step further and use figurative language. Both Elie Wiesel and Clementine Wamaria use so much figurative language. They use metaphor, simile, hyperbole, personification, imagery. They use all these different tools to enhance what they're writing. So feel free to try to take some of those liberties and be creative and use figurative language if it's possible.
So here's the beginning of my moment of the pop quiz in math class. And you'll see that it's very simple. And we liken it to the baby form of Pikachu, Pichu. Very small, very simple. And then what we're going to do is we're going to evolve it by doing this. Click. Aha. So now I've given you description of my favorite seat. And in doing so, you learn more about what the classroom looks like, and you learn more about me, where I like to sit, and what I like to doodle on my desk. But we're still not where we want to be because we can add more. Because we're just a Pikachu, we want to go hardcore. I arrived at my math class and found my favorite seat near the back, near the windows, and the chair doesn't squeak. I drew a cartoon cat with a skateboard on it yesterday, but I guess Miss Davis cleaned it off. So we've got sights and sounds. Now we've gone even further and we're in the war mode of Pikachu. We've added details about the supplies that I pull out of my backpack. My shiny blue pencil, my smooth black and white marble notebook that still smelled like fresh paper, and my squishy yellow SpongeBob eraser. So we've got sights, we've got sounds, we've got smells, and we've got feel. That's kind of what we want you guys to do in every single section of your graphic organizer. Right now, if you were with us live, we've done this together, and everybody went into one section of their graphic organizer and added sensory details. So here's your challenge for today. Add sensory details and descriptive language to as many sections of your graphic organizer as you can. If you're doing this online, it's a really simple process of just going into the graphic organizer and typing new, better descriptive words and sensory details right into the sentences that you already have. If you're doing this on paper, then you can choose any number of ways to do it. You can write around what you've got. You can get a new piece of paper and write on there. You can write your sensory details for beginning, middle, and end if you want to. You're not turning it in, so it doesn't really matter. Just add descriptive details into what you already have written.
It's super important that you guys take this last day of working with your graphic organizer and you put as much effort into it as possible, because what's going to happen is tomorrow when we give you the final slides for your small moment narrative presentation, you're going to be able to take a lot of what you have in this graphic organizer and just transplant it into a slide. So you're doing a lot of the work for yourself now before we give you that final presentation to put everything in. So the more attention that you give yourself with this task and the more effort you put into really expanding what you're writing, the better off you'll be for tomorrow. So again, we're just focusing on our sensory details, descriptive language, think about adjectives. There is the video if you need a little bit of a refresher on any of that. And please look at Mr. Allen's example of how he really gradually built his moment, right? And it didn't take him just one try. He went back a second time to really evolve it. So you might have to revisit what you're doing once or twice more. All right, guys.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Good luck out there.
Bye.